Hi guys, I'm Eileen. Today I want to share with you the 20 things I've stopped buying. Some of you know I've embraced the joy of having less, so I've been talking a lot about luxury minimalism. I believe we should all shop responsibly because designer or luxury anything is completely discretionary. Luxury shopping aside though, I'm actually quite a frugal person, or you can say I'm quite careful with my spending. This is why I wanted to do this video because you can definitely enjoy luxury handbags while living a rather simple life. I personally don't feel deprived by making these life choices. If anything, I think it's empowering to know what you're happy to splurge on and what you're not. So if you're interested, please keep watching. First of all, my husband and I don't do surprise presents for each other anymore. He used to surprise me a lot, but bless him, I'm quite a fussy person, and considering how expensive luxury items are, I just need them to be perfect. So if he's gonna spend a lot of money on a diamond necklace or a Chanel handbag, I'd rather be there myself to choose the item. It might sound unromantic, but I guess romance doesn't always have to involve expensive presents. In fact, a few weeks ago, we celebrated our 10th Valentine's Day. We didn't buy each other anything, but he cooked me a very nice breakfast and a delicious dinner, and we spent the entire day playing board games and watching movies, so it was a lovely day. The second item I don't buy anymore is hair conditioner. I used to use hair conditioner religiously, but a while ago I came across a video where a minimalist shared how she incorporated olive oil into her hair care routine, and I never looked back. So basically, when I wash my hair, I will add a few drops of olive oil to the shampoo, and right before I blow dry, I will again add a few more drops to my hair ends. Honestly, it works like magic and is so much cheaper than all those fancy hair care products. I noticed I have a lot less split ends now, so I definitely recommend everyone to give it a try. Number 3, I no longer have my hair colored at the hair salon. In the past, I used to have it done 3 times a year, but in the last 12 months, the hairdressers are not exactly available considering everything that's going on. So I had to ask my husband to do it for me. So I guess you could say it's something I did out of desperation, but to be honest, he's actually quite good at doing it. Besides, I'm not really into highlighting or doing anything too technical to my hair. I just really want to cover my grays. So going forward, I'm perfectly happy to have my husband do it for me at home, but I will still have my haircut done with my hairdresser. Next one is car. I do own a car, but I'm one of those people who will drive her car to the ground. I drive a Mini. I bought it brand new and I've been driving it for 9 years. I'm still perfectly happy with it, so I hope it will last me for many more years to come. Honestly, I never have the urge to look for anything faster, nicer or flashier. If anything, I actually prefer driving a used car now because I don't have to worry about where I park the car or getting a little scratch on it. I feel like cars are a bit like luxury shoes in the sense that they depreciate in value really quickly. So if I have to replace my car in the future, it's quite possible I will go for a used car when the time is here. Number 5, my husband and I don't buy upgrades, especially for electronic gadgets. Our TV is 10 years old. It's fairly basic, but it's good enough for us because we don't watch TV a lot. We don't own a phone contract. We usually buy our phones outright and then go for the cheapest internet package. With our laptops and cameras, it's pretty much the same. We don't go for an upgrade just because there's a better version available. In these days of age, we all need some kind of technology devices, but I'll never upgrade just for the upgrade. Number 6, I've decided to make a conscious effort to not buy any luxury t-shirt just because there's a logo on it. And there are 2 reasons for this. First of all, I'm not exactly convinced that paying a lot more for any t-shirt is worth the money. Secondly, I also don't want my t-shirt to attract too much attention. To be fair, I've never bought any super high-end t-shirt. The Dior ones, for example, cost £600, so they will never make it to my shopping list anyway. My most expensive pieces are the Balmain t-shirts. So this is in black, and I've also got another one in the white color. But I can't really say that the quality is that much better than a normal t-shirt, so I wouldn't recommend them. I feel like in the luxury world, a lot of people are quite happy to pay more for a logo. I sometimes feel like certain logos do look really nice, but it is an element I'm not happy to pay more for, especially for my t-shirts. The next ones might be a bit random, but I don't buy any sweets. Generally, I prefer savory over sweets or dessert. So usually I will eat a very substantial main meal, and because of that, I don't snack a lot. I do enjoy chocolate and maybe cake now and again, but when I go shopping, I never feel the urge to add any sweets in my trolley. If someone offers me a sweet, I might take it, but it's something I will not buy myself. Moving on, I also don't buy belts. I did a video a while ago to share about the designer items I only have one of, and one of them is this belt. So this is the Hermes Kelly belt. I bought it because it's fully adjustable, so I can wear it many ways, but to be honest, I just don't wear belts a lot. Now that I think about it, I never really drop by the belt section whenever I go shopping. And I'm also not really into the logo belts, for example, the Louis Vuitton LV monogram belt or the Hermes H belt. Truthfully, I have a feeling even if I let this piece go, I might not miss it a lot, but I guess it's a good idea to have at least one piece in my wardrobe. Number 9, I don't buy high heels. I just don't find them comfortable to walk in, so I don't see a point in spending a fortune on them. This might surprise you, but I actually wore flats on my own wedding day, but they were white, sparkly, beautiful, and very comfortable. So this is a category I don't spend any time browsing at all, and I don't feel like I'm missing out. Number 10, I don't own or buy any lipstick. Some people ask me about the lipstick I used in my video. I'm not sure if it's the lighting, but I usually just apply some lip balm, and the one I use costs £2.50, but it works amazing. Anyway, I've never had the habit of applying lipstick, and I'm quite happy to keep it that way. Number 11, I don't pay for nail polish, manicure or pedicure. I just really prefer to keep my nails short, tidy and clean, so this is an area I'm perfectly happy to save my money on. I do apply hand cream religiously though, because it's part of my skincare routine and it's something I will never skip doing. Number 12, I don't buy fake eyelashes. The one time I had them on was for my sister's wedding, and I remember it was quite uncomfortable, so I just never tried them again. I have very short and straight Asian eyelashes, but I've learned to embrace them. Number 13, I don't buy any eyeshadows. To be honest, I'm not very good at doing makeups. Years ago, I did buy some eyeshadow palettes after watching YouTube videos, but I just never used them. So after decluttering all those unused but expired products, I told myself to never waste money in such a mindless fashion again. Number 14, I've also decided to stop buying any designer leather charms. I used to have a small collection of Hermes leather charms, including 3 rodeo charms and 1 horsehead charm. I still think they are beautiful, but I've come to realize I prefer to use my handbags the way they are. So last year I took the plunge and I sold all my leather charms, and I'm 99% sure I won't be buying them again, whether if they are Hermes, Fendi, Louis Vuitton or Chanel. The next one shouldn't come as a surprise because I've mentioned several times on my channel that I don't buy designer costume jewelry. Dior and Chanel, for example, make some beautiful pieces, but I've never been interested in them. For me, these pieces are very overpriced, considering they are made of quite inexpensive materials such as silver, opals, and crystals. So I much rather save up a bit longer to buy fine jewelry pieces instead. I do, however, have a soft spot for Hermes leather bracelets, but to be fair, they are gold-plated and very well made. I'm very happy with my current collection though, so I don't think I'll be adding any new pieces anytime soon. Number 16, I don't buy souvenirs. I love traveling, and in the past, I used to buy the most random trinkets like snowballs, postcards, bookmarks, and whatnot. A few years ago, I did some decluttering and I couldn't believe the kind of things I had been buying. So now I no longer buy souvenirs, I much rather save the time to enjoy the place and the moments. Besides, packing is so much easier to do when I don't have those delicate souvenirs to handle. Number 17, we don't pay for TV license or cable TV. As a family, we don't watch a lot of TV. In fact, during the weekdays, our TV is never on because everyone is so busy. I also feel like watching cable TV takes up so much time because you can't even skip the ad. As for now, my main entertainment is YouTube, and I find it so much more interesting and fun. Next, I also don't pay for facial treatment anymore, especially Hydrafacial treatment. I used to go for a session every 2 to 3 weeks and it cost about £110. Now, facial treatment and spa can feel really pampering, but in terms of skincare benefit, I didn't really notice a big difference. I used to get a lot of acne breakout on my chin, so I was hoping this treatment would help to clear up my skin. Eventually, I decided to see a dermatologist and she suggested for me to try out some medication and to give the facial treatment a break. I still don't have the perfect skin, but the breakout has stopped completely, so I'm really happy with the results. Currently, my skincare routine is actually quite simple. I make sure to cleanse, exfoliate, and moisturize properly. But a lot of the products I use are not from the luxury brands, but they work really well for me. I also want to say, if you have any skincare issues, definitely look for professional advice because it will be worth the money. Number 19, we no longer buy bottled water. At home, I use a very good water filter, and when I'm out and about, I'll try my best to keep a bottle of water with me or in the car. Money aside, I feel like bottled water is creating so much waste. Back in the days when I used to buy bottled water, our bin was always full every 2 weeks or so, and this was from one single household. So you can imagine how much waste this one product is creating for the whole environment. So if you live in a country where water is quite safe for drinking, certainly consider staying away from bottles. Number 20, we no longer buy plastic carry bags. Now, even before we had to pay for the single-use plastic bags, we always preferred using reusable bags anyway. In the UK, I think it costs about 5p per bag, so it's not a lot of money, but it is money we pay just for convenience. So I think if we are a bit more intentional, it will really cut down a lot on plastic waste. For example, my husband and I always make sure we have at least one shopping bag in our cars in case we have to do any unplanned purchases. There you have it. Those are the 20 things I no longer buy. Now these are just my life choices, so I'm not saying everyone should live the way I do, but I do feel really good about prioritizing my own spending. Compared to when I was in my 20s, where I just wanted to buy absolutely everything, I now have a very clear picture about what brings me joy and what I allow myself to bring into my life and my space. So I think practicing a more minimalist way of spending is always a good idea. So that's it from me. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to share, like and subscribe. I will see you in my next one. Have a nice day.